In today's video, a fish has food sticking out of its mouth. I turn my fan and dehumidifier off and miss the tank while feeding the fish. Hey everybody, Paul the Inventory King. So we're going to go ahead and go into the fish room and talk about daily fish room tasks that I got to take care of in here. Okay, we're in the fish room now. Got the main light turned on. So let's go ahead and talk about what we do in here. First thing is I turn the lights on for the tanks. We're going to do that now. Alright, so here I got just some common haps. They turn the light on for them. Back over on this side, we got the letters green, who are just absolutely freaking out at the moment. Check my humidity, which we see we're good. And I'm going to actually shut this off so it's not so loud in here. Okay, now we got these guys to check out, so come on over here. I don't always turn the lights on for the fry tanks, but we're going to right now just for the heck of it. And this side as well. All the lights are on now on the tanks in the fish room. So what I like to do now is I get ready to feed them. One of the most important things though is when I feed them, I make sure they are all eating the food. So we're gonna go ahead now, and I gotta grab the bucket of food here, and I go ahead and get this sucker opened up. Normally with just two hands, not just one. Come on now. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and feed the fish. Okay, so the common haps here, they get a level. This is a teaspoon, so I give them a level teaspoon. And I like to go and just go like this so it's all spread out. Then watch. Make sure that they're all eating. That's an important thing to me. I always like to make sure that I see these fish going after the food aggressively and make sure that they all are eating and not spitting the food out. Check out this guy here. He's got a piece sticking out, the Z-Rock. So that is a big thing I like to do. So as we can see, all the fish in this tank are eating and I don't see any issues. The next tank is going to be the Lepturus green tank, which, let's see, we got 3 here and then the male's chilling over there. Well, the for sure male. So we're going to go ahead now, and on this one, I kind of same thing, just do a spread out feed. There it is. And there comes the male now. I've noticed they eat, they aggressively eat, but when I'm near the tank, they tend to freak out a little bit. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Not sure why they do that, but that's just what they do. So as you can see, there's food not eaten, but as soon as I walk away from this tank, they're going to be eating. See, there's the male going after this food now. It's weird. They kind of just freak out a little bit and don't always go after it right away. But I mean, as you can see, they're aggressively going after it now. That is a big fish. That guy is huge. Okay, so 2 tanks down and we got 2 to go. So I'm going to go ahead now and I get a level spoon here. Now this is for this one Madoka white lip and then for the Madoka white lips on this side. So as you can see, here's the tanks. So I'm going to come over here and just add some in there for her. And then down over here, these guys, again, a lot easier when you're not recording. But throw that in there for them and we'll see them come out and grab it now. So these are some leftover Madokas from my breeding when I had the group. Again, when I'm right next to the tank, they tend to not go after the food right away. They're just scared, I guess. But they eat it, they love it, and they eat it. Okay, we got these fish, the grow out tank. Let's go ahead and get the food in there. And they are going after it. You can see that these champs already got mouths full. The BC10 does. The Canberry looks like he's got some. So they're going after the food. That's a good thing, something I like to see. Okay, so for the Buco Noto fry, I still like to feed them the 1 mil pellets right now. They can handle the 3s, but I just like to do the 1s right now till they're a little bit bigger. So we're gonna go ahead and see how these guys react to the food. As you can see, they're following me up to the top here. Let's go ahead and get the food in there. And here they go. All going after the food. We got all the fish fed today. So that's the first thing or the second thing I do. I walk in here, turn the lights on, and I go ahead and feed the fish, and I make sure that they're aggressively going after the food. So now one of the next things I'll do is I'll check the water level. Okay, so we know the water level on this tank's good. I have lids for these that I gotta get on here that'll help with the evaporation, as well as, you know, the humidifier is gonna pull some of this out. So I check the water level. Water level's good here. Water level's okay on here. This tank needs some work, and as you can see, these ones here, this tank, and all of these are full. Now, in a fish room, you're gonna have evaporation, you're gonna have your humidifier pulling, you know, the moisture out of the air, which I believe does pull water out of the tanks. So when, you know, like we'll see here, let's just say it's a little low, all I do is go out to the sink, turn the water on, flip the valves back over here in the corner, and I top them off when it's not water change day. So that's one of the other things that I do when I come into the fish room. One of the other very, very, very important things that I like to do is I like to check the fish and make sure that they are looking healthy. We know they ate, but now I like to look at the bodies of these fish, check for signs of aggression, check for signs of stress, and like you can see this guy here, he's got nicked a couple times. You can see it on his left side of his body, and when he comes around here, you can see some on the back tail there. So I gotta just make sure, keep an eye on this guy. None of them are showing any signs of ick or any other kind of parasite. They're eating, they're nice and plump, so we know that these fish are doing well. That's another thing I like to do. So we're gonna come over here to this Lepturus green tank, and you can see the same. They are all looking just fine. The male just kind of cooped up in his corner. Don't know why he's doing that. Okay, now we'll check out this lady here. She looks good. All these guys over here look just fine. We know the fry look good. We looked at them aggressively going after the food earlier. They kind of bunch up around the sponge. It's funny. Okay, now these guys are also looking good. They went for food. Canberry's a little skinny. The tank he was in, he wasn't really getting a whole bunch of food. And the Star Sapphire kind of got picked on right when I got him and didn't settle in well. He's pretty skinny. He is eating, so I'm working on trying to get him fattened back up. So I know in here he's with these other ones growing out. So it's good to just keep an eye on your fish. You know, we can easily go through the motions of everyday life and just be like, you know, I got to throw the food in there and I got to get going. You know, that's something that is going to happen in life. But if we could take the extra minute or so to make sure that the fish are eating and to make sure that they look okay. When you got, you know, external issues with your fish, you're going to see it on them, and you can react fast. Like anything in life, if you react to something quickly when you first notice it, things are going to be better for you. So that is the gist of what happens daily in my fish room. We turn most of the lights on, feed the fish, make sure they're eating, then we go ahead and make sure all the water's topped off, check their bodies, make sure that they're looking nice and healthy. And that's about what happens in my fish room every single day. Well, almost every day. Sometimes they get a fast day, some days I'm busy and they don't get food every day, but African cichlids can go a long time without food. So that is pretty much it. I hope that you guys all enjoyed the video. Boy, it's a bright day out here right now. And Hope that you guys could like the video. If you could comment and subscribe, that would be amazing as well. I want to say thank you to everybody and stay tanked.